welcome to another awesome FMtraining.tv live stream. Hi, my name is Margaret Carlton. We're here to talk about the awesome and fantastic FileMaker platform, where you can do pretty much no code to pro code all on the same platform, solve, frankly, most of your business processes with it. It's a great platform. We're here basically to discuss how to make it work for you. My name is Margaret. I'll be your broadcast engineer for today. I am here with Mr. Kyle Williams, who is currently muted, but that's understandable. Today we are talking about taking two of his very cool, I'm going to call them hacks for lack of a better term, more like an add-on, another file he's made, and installing it step by step really slowly into your own file. So he's going to show us how to do that. He makes some amazing stuff. I think this will be a lot of fun. A reminder, we do stream on 3 platforms. We stream on Discord, we stream on Twitch, and we stream on YouTube. Feel free to talk to us on those platforms. We love hearing from you guys. We love answering questions. One of the reasons we do live streams is to interact with the community, which is you. That would be you over there. So please say hi. Please talk to us. It's good to see you guys. We're going to go over quickly the live stream schedule for the rest of the week and the week after. So our schedule, obviously today we're doing step-by-step how to install Kyle's FileMaker JS tools into your FMP12 file. It'll be fun. Wednesday is a PayPal demo with Hogel, who's one of our engineers, has been for many years. He will, if you ever have any PayPal questions or like you want PayPal to work with FileMaker, this is going to be the live stream for you. Thursday, Wolfpack version 6 releases. So Calvin and Christian will be popping in to discuss that. On Friday, we have an open FileMaker Q&A, Deadbird Friday, basically. Bring your questions. There'll be Richard Carlton and Jacob Taylor to answer them. So if you've got server questions, now is the time. On Monday is the Emoji Library add-on in FileMaker with Calvin and Nick. It's free. That'll be a fun discussion. If you ever want little smiley faces in your file, now would be the time. And Tuesday, actually, Jacob will be back to discuss PowerShell, which I believe qualifies as a language, and Windows and how to use that with your FileMaker files. It should be really fun. Another in-depth sort of discussion about using other stuff to incorporate into your FileMaker files and how you can get that to work for you. A reminder, we do live streams. We make our own topics, right? If you have things that we don't discuss or talk about, or you have very specific questions, you are always welcome to support the channel through our bundle, which is a complete Learning FileMaker annual subscriptions, 90+ hours of video content, and basically on FileMaker Pro 19, anything you want to talk about, cloud, pro, server, we talk about all of it in very small 15 to 20 minute chunks. It's Richard, who is excessively dynamic and very energetic, so I'd be surprised if you weren't entertained with him talking at you. So please feel free to support the channel by buying that. We've got one with FileMaker license and one without one. Again, that's really great narrow content for you guys. Kyle, are you ready to discuss today?
Yep. Okay, so let me get started here. I'll get my screen share going.
Okay, cool.
So, okay, so I was just sharing with everyone on the Discord the link for the code for the terminal. So let me demonstrate what I was going to show here. So if I go into, let's say this one, and I right click and I get the inspector element. This is something I've just been wanting to show people for a long time, that FileMaker does have this web inspector tool. It doesn't come default. You have to actually use the terminal command to get that to work. So I just wanted to show this right here. This is the code. So I copied and pasted a whole bunch of codes into Discord. There's a different one for 14 and 15, and there's one for 16. And then this code works for 17, 18, and 19. So we could probably copy and paste that into YouTube and Twitch so they have it as well.
I can do that. Real quick, what is this for again exactly?
So when you install FileMaker and then you start working with these web viewers, and you want to be able to inspect, to be able to modify certain parts of it, I can go like this, and you can see everything's kind of highlighting in the background.
Got it.
So I can see there that it's a G.C3-grid. That tells me what part it is, so that way I can modify the CSS. And over here, they got all the styles. So I can start modifying all the CSS over here. I can change cursor to I can remove the cursor or change it to pointer.
Nifty. Someone asked if this is Mac OS only. Is it?
It is Mac OS currently. I don't know if there's any plan to bring it to Windows. Currently on Windows, you can right click and you can save a copy as a text file, and then you can open that text file in a web browser, and then you can use the inspector in the web browser there. So it is possible to do it externally with Windows. So you just go like this and you go down to a section. It'll have a whole bunch of options here because that's how Windows is. And then one of those is export as a text file or save as a text file. And then you can open that up in a web browser and then use the web browser like Chrome or Edge or whatever. And then you can then inspect it. So pretty cool tool.
That is indeed.
Definitely recommend that.
Pretty nifty. Yeah, I'll post the things for everyone in the other chats as well.
So before, I brought this up a few times that we have this add-on that's going to be in the new Wolfpack. I've added the version 2.0. So we're going to do a little bit deeper dive into this. So this just brings up a whole lot of really cool notifications. You can have it come in from the top and bounce down. I can have it come in from the bottom and leave out the bottom. You can have it come in from the right, in from the left. So really cool little technique. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to demonstrate how to get this one into another file. So previously, I did a demo presentation here of my virtualist file, and I did this, and Richard saw this come in, and it's like script is paused, and then it leaves, and he's like, "Wait a minute, do that again." So we did this, and then he's like, "Okay, come down here and just start typing." So this is the problem that always comes up when you try to use a slide control and a button bar to be able to do that slide in notification. So today I'm going to show how we can swap this out for the new web viewer version. So you can see if I go into layout mode here, there's this little slider panel here, and you can see there's my two button bars. So it's a slider control that operates it. So I'm just going to kind of take this down here temporarily, and I'm going to switch it to this one just so I can enlarge that so I can read those. And there's a couple scripts that this works on.
The old one or the new one?
The old one. So there's a script trigger here. It's where it starts. Mm-hmm. So it's that script trigger. And then here it's saying show notification. So this is running the wrong script. We're going to want to bring in our new one. So let's start by bringing in the new feature here. Okay. So in the DevTools file, this is our hacks file, so that's why we have hacks on our description. So here we have these two scripts here, and the one I want out of here is this one, because this other script, that's for this alternative notification style. So we don't really need that for what I'm about to do. So I just really want this script right here, slide notification. So we're going to take this, go over here. I'm going to bring up the script window for this file. And we have here show notification, close notification. So let's go ahead and we'll create a new folder for this and say old notification. And then I'm just going to put those in there. And then we'll put our new script here. Okay. Let's go ahead and close that. And now let's go to script trigger. And we want to edit the script trigger.
Real quick pause. Sorry, don't mean to pause you.
Oh, no problem.
Just something from Morgan Dean. You don't really talk too fast, but the cursor has a hard time catching up with what you're saying. It's small and hard for those older guys to track. So. Yeah, if I could make the screen larger, I would. I'm using a 27-inch iMac, and this is the largest resolution it gives me. If I go into displays, I think he's more just
scaled, larger text.
that he wants you to like pause, like hover your cursor over something slower and let it like
Okay.
so people
Yeah,
like register a bit because uh that
that's
can
fair.
like one of the things I mean because everything you're saying makes sense right now, but like just just let it hover and then like people like pause and then process so that we can go.
Okay. So I'm replacing the one that says static credit card year. So what I'm going to want to do here is I want to use this. Uh, Whenever I create one of these scripts, I'm just going to go into edit. I always have this sample parameter right here. So that way I can just copy all of this. I can say copy, okay, and I can paste it right in here. And that's going to give me everything I need. So I'm going to want it to come in from the left. And then we're going to swap out this text in just a moment. I'm not sure what color this is. Okay, so we'll fix that in just a little bit. So that's going to be our static one.
So wait,
So I
what you
need,
did is you added a script parameter and then that was the text that you put inside of the script parameter.
right, yeah. So I was copying the JSON. It's a script parameter is a JSON object here.
Mm-hmm.
So if I go back into script triggers, you see JSON format elements, JSON set element, and this is all of the parameters for my notification. So here's
Okay.
the web viewer name, which I'm actually just going to use web for this. And then I figure out what side I want to slide in from. Do I want it to slide in from the right side? So right to left. Do I want it to slide in from the left and go left to right? Do I want it to slide in from the top and then exit out the top?
Okay, so you choose from one of these, and in this one you end up choosing from the right, so you got rid of the little slashes right there, so it
Right.
would know.
Yeah. Yep. So I'm just disabling this one line. This is why I always like to start with a little tab right here. So that way it
Okay.
keeps everything in line. It keeps the code nice and clean, easy to follow up on and change later.
Okay, that
Um,
makes sense. And then you got this text from inside your script, correct? Or did you have
yeah,
it? Okay,
exactly. Yeah. So I just went in here, went to edit.
yeah,
Right here, I always have my sample right at the top.
got it.
This is my sample script parameter. I go here, I select everything, then I just copy it and I say cancel, and then I can paste it in right here. So I just pasted it in,
And you
and
pasted it
now,
in, and then you chose the which effect you wanted by removing the slashes, and then, okay.
right, yep. So I thought I adjusted that already. So I'm going to save that. Okay, so now I got to figure out which one of these was the static credit card. So right here, static credit card year. So this is my text that I was going to use. So I'm going to just copy that. And now I'm going to go back to here, set script triggers, go in here, and then I'm going to modify the message. So that way I get the exact same message. Okay. What did I do? Okay. It's because of the quotes. Can't have double quotes on each side. Okay. So now I have that.
Okay, so
And
you edit the I'm sorry, I'm gonna drag you along at Margaret's speed, so I'm gonna stop and ask you questions a lot.
oh
Uh,
yeah, please.
so basically what you took is you took the value list right here, and then you made sure that it would go to the new script trigger, and then what did you change the script trigger again for that specifically? You changed the message, right? So it would do the exact same
Right.
message. Okay.
Right. Yeah, I just it's the on object to enter script trigger. It's because it's a pop-up menu, you have to use the on object to enter. Otherwise, I would probably do the save. But just because of the type of object it is, it's a pop-up menu. So those behave a little bit differently than a drop-down menu. So, okay, where was I?
Okay, so again, to do a quick recap, what it seems like Kyle has done, and correct me if I do this, what it seems like Kyle's done so far is that he went and grabbed his script from the alert demo. He went and added it into. He dragged the script into his new scripts. He put the old script away in a folder, and then he took the first beginning chunk, which is specifically for script triggers, and he added it into the old script trigger, but in this case, you could just do an on object enter. Was it enter?
Yeah,
On
because it's a
object.
pop,
Yeah.
because of the type of menu this
Yeah.
is.
On object enter script trigger. and then you chose which direction you want it to slide in, and then you made sure that it was assigned to this drop-down list specifically right here, so it would trigger whenever you changed it.
Correct.
And then you changed the message for it. Okay, so that all makes sense. Are
Yep.
we all good here? Like I said, I'm dragging Kyle down to Margaret's speed, so if I'm too slow for you, please do let me know.
Yeah. So I'm actually going to take a step back here to one step back just for a moment.
Okay.
I want to use this JSON because I've already figured out the colors. So this is actually the look that I want. I should have done this sooner, so apologize for doing this slightly out of order. So I'm going to just go in here, script trigger. I'm going to update this, go into edit. Okay, so here I have my JSON. I'm just going to enlarge this, and then we're going to just swap this out with this other JSON here. So I'm going to take the message here, copy, paste the message, and we're going to want this coming from the left. Okay, and I'm actually going to want to get rid of the padding because we don't want this to be very tall because I have such a narrow area right here to fit this.
Okay.
I don't want to cover up the top or the bottom. I want it to just slide in between here. Okay, so then, yeah, we got web. Okay. So let's say okay. Oh, right. I got to get rid of the original here. Okay.
So what was different about this one from the other one? You just wanted the colors to be more specific?
Yeah, so here I've disabled all the correct colors because all I want to come in is just the label in this case.
Green. Okay, right. So therefore we have the slide in from the left selected, and then we have the color message as green selected. And then everything else is disabled?
Yes.
Okay.
The background color here, I believe, is F2, F2. F2. So that blends in.
Oh, so
and then we have 3 seconds.
Okay.
Yeah, because otherwise, if it's all F, it's going to be a white background. So I need to just adjust the background for this layout part here. This body here. If I go here, and then if I select that, F2, F2, F2. Okay. So just make sure I got the right color for the background. I'm going to jump back here for just a moment, and I'm going to copy this, and we'll paste this here.
Okay, so you just straight up copied the web viewer that it was using.
Right.
Okay.
This web viewer has some code already in it, and this applies the background on load. So again, F2, 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 so it blends in when it loads. Because otherwise it's going to be a white background on the layout, and that's no good for anyone. And I can actually make this go all the way across the screen if I want.
Okay.
So that way I can have it come in from either side and it'll still look good.
And the top and the bottom. Okay, got it. That's cool. Okay, so then again to double check, you had to change the background color inside of the JSON and also in the web viewer to make sure it doesn't stick out like a sore thumb, right? Okay.
So yeah, so when I exit, it's going to load that color. So you can see it just disappeared. It started out white, but now it's blending into the background, so you can't even see it.
Okay.
I need to make sure that this has the right name. So that way it matches the JSON.
Oh, okay, so it has to match. If you want to pull that script trigger up again real quick so people can see exactly where it has to match.
Okay, script trigger. So right here we have our script. It's calling it. And here's our script trigger. And because I copied the code, it's a good thing we opened this back up
to match the name of the web viewer, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, this way you can have multiple notifications. You can have one on the left, one on the right, one in each 4 corners if you wanted, and then you can just point it to which web viewer you want it to load this into. So.
Wait, okay, can you explain that to me again? I'm sorry.
So if I wanted to have 4 of these web viewers on here, like one up here, one down in the bottom left, one in the bottom right, and one in the top right, I can name these all different. I can say top left, top right, bottom right.
Got it.
So that way I can have 4 web viewers here. I can point it to which one I want to use. I can tell which direction I want it to come in from, depending on which one I'm using.
Got it. Okay. Agent Sheffy did say they would like to see an integration on like a super clean file just because they're getting a bit confused because of the old and new file has similar scripts. We could try finishing this and then trying doing a super clean demonstration, if that would be okay with you, Kyle.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. So I am going to modify the FM starting point next, so we'll be able to test it on there.
Okay, that sounds good to me.
Yeah, so here I have it coming in, and well, it was working just a moment ago. It's because I still have this selected. So it has to actually, I have to be able to enter it again. But you can see there, it came in and it went out, it's green. Before I had red notification here. So if I go to conditional formatting, there's actually this color. So if I wanted that to stay the exact same color, I just go in here and I can edit the script trigger. Oh, sorry, script trigger. And then I gotta actually hit that and go to select. Here I can edit it. Okay, so that color, we got the color of the background, color of the label. Because it's a hex color, I gotta start with the number symbol. And then I just paste that hex in there.
Okay, so this is the color you just added was the old color?
Correct.
Okay.
Just to make it consistent with what it was.
Got it.
So now when I go over here and I select one, it comes in red instead of green.
Oh, that's cool.
So you can have it do multiple different things. The other script trigger was from right here. So if I selected that, you can see here it's got kind of a green background. So what I would want to do for that is I'm just going to copy this parameter here. So if I go back in here again, I'm just going to say select all, copy, and then I'm going to close this and find that script. There's right down here. We're going to disable that. And
okay, that was the old one.
That's the old show notification. Okay. And now we have this new slide notification. And we're just going to paste this in here and we'll make this green again. Okay. And then I'm going to want to update the text so this matches. So I'm just going to say copy. And then we'll go back here. And I'm going to take this, including the quotes, because I copied the quotes. So there we got the exact same message. This is going to come in green now. So then I can say, do that, save. And now if I go into here, now it slides in at the top and it's green. And then it slides out on its own.
I hate to do this to you. I'm going to ask you to do that again. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh, no problem.
Okay,
go ahead.
So this one comes in at the top, and this is a... Okay, so that's the year, and then choose from a... So it's choosing a different type of value list. And then what is the script? Yeah. Okay, so you choose, from a pop-up or whatever exactly it is.
Yeah, I have this, and I can,
yeah. Okay.
Kind of fancy. It's just looking at all the value lists that I have in this file.
And you use
so that way I can select one of them.
So do you use a different on script trigger for it, correct?
It's actually running this script.
Oh, it's running. Okay.
I'm selecting a value list, so value list selection, because I'm selecting the value list. And down at the bottom, I have this little if statement that's just trying to determine if I'm selecting something that requires a slide notification. So because I'm selecting the credit card, it's saying, okay, well, we need to show this notification. And then what notification do we want to show it? So I have the text for the notification.
From the other one. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So to recap, that's another value list, but it runs off a script. You go into the script, you have the handy little if statement down here somewhere. And in the if statement, instead of you copy the same text that we used in the script trigger after getting we cancel out the old text, and then we copy in the exact same text as perform script. Whoops, sorry. I'm drawing over the things while I'm looking at it.
That's okay.
And then we change it to green, and we make sure it comes in from the correct direction, and do all the same stuff we did at the script trigger, except this is inside of a script underneath a perform script with a parameter, correct?
Exactly. Yeah, it's looking for the ID of 1, which is a value list. Each of these value lists has an ID. You can see here value list ID equals 1. Mm-hmm. So that's what's causing it to step into this if statement, is that ID.
Okay.
So, all right. So we want to see this in as a fresh install somewhere?
Yes, I think people would like to see it as a super fresh, shiny, brand new, just born FileMaker file.
All right, so let's go ahead and here. So we have starting point. I do not have any scripts or anything in here. So we go into here, and I'm going to just take this one. So we'll go copy, and then I'm going to take it up here. So there is a I still need to add this custom function into this file.
Yes. Okay. So we started by going back to the old file, and then we added the slide notification. Oh, and there's a custom function that needs to be added. Okay.
Yeah. So I didn't see that earlier because I already had that custom function in the other file.
Yeah. Okay.
So this is good. This is why we're doing this. So clean install. We get to see where the hangups are. So I'm just going to go over here. I'm going to copy this custom function. Say okay. I'm going to go back to the script where we had the error. And we're going to go custom functions. And we're just going to paste that in there.
What does that custom function do? Actually, I don't know if I want to ask that.
What it's doing is it's looking at all the JSON we're creating from this parameter. Mm-hmm. It's looking at all this, and let me go into it. So what it does is it looks at the script parameter, mm-hmm. and then it determines if this is a Boolean value. Do we want globals? We don't want globals in this case. We're getting local variables. And this is a prefix in case we have a JSON object inside of our JSON object. We can put that JSON object name here and then parse out the sub object within our parameter.
Okay, got it.
So
cool. So again, new install, you can copy the script into the script of whatever database you're dropping it into. And then the next step is to go find the custom function, which was named. What was the name of the custom function again?
JSON get elements as variables.
This one, this shiny person.
Correct. Yep. So that's my fancy function I made. So that's why I use JSON for pretty much everything. It makes it so easy to create scripts, and I can create all my variables right there. And then I can, here I'm creating some extra variables. So I have all my SVGs I'm creating here. So we'll get into this next. So we want to add our web viewer. So right here, and we're going to slide in from the right this time. So I'm going to copy that, and we'll paste it in here.
What's the difference between the web viewers again? Why does one slide in from the right specifically and one from the left? Is it just?
It's just a name.
Got it.
Yeah. So here I have web right instead of web left.
Got it. Okay.
So again, this is where I was saying you can have 4 or even more of them on a single layout, and you just say web top left, web top right, or in this case, left or right. So this way I have 2 different ones. And when I'm in this view, I can do some over here.
And do some over there because you change the name in the right. Okay, so it tells you which way. So it tells them which way it's coming in. Okay, that makes sense.
Correct. Yeah.
Cool. So can you bring up the script workspace again? Because Larry just had a question. For a starting point.
Not sure which file.
I think it's starting point.
Okay.
So are you talking about these numbers right here or these numbers right here?
Oh, this is an MBS plugin. I'm guessing he's talking about this. These are the script IDs behind the scenes. So if you wanted to work with your script IDs and not call these scripts by name, you can actually use the ID to call the scripts. There's a custom function for that, which I think I put it in my DevTools file. Apparently I closed the DevTools file.
It's one of those things where we don't want to get totally off track, I think.
Yeah, so let me
Otherwise
go into
people
recent.
Are going to get confused.
Okay. So yeah, we're getting off topic.
we can talk about that at the end. I'm totally cool to talk about it at the end, but people are going to be like, what does the DevTools file have to do with the spelling? Just, I know how I would get confused. Okay, cool. So first step, we've copied the script, we've added the custom function, and then we grabbed the web viewer. Correct. And we copied that over. Okay, cool.
So we have our new script, and here's our new web viewer. Okay, let me make this a little bit larger. And what I need here is this color. So this color, this blue, gives me this hex color. So right here, I can double click it, which highlights it all. I can do copy, and then I'm going to go into this web viewer here. And again, I'm going to just scroll down, find the FFF, and I'm going to paste that in. And now it's going to give me that blue background.
Nifty.
So then it blends in, disappears. Okay, so obviously we would want some kind of button or action to trigger. So just keep this really simple right now. We'll just throw a button on here. We'll just call it alert. And then I'm gonna perform a script, and we're gonna find that. Oh, show notification, I think it was called.
Slide notification.
There it is.
You can tell because it's not the numbered one.
Yeah, I kind of buried it in there. Okay, so we got that, and then I needed a parameter. So if I go back to my DevTools file, I can figure out which one of these I like. So if I like that one, or if I like this one, something different, I can just select whichever one I want. We'll do the blue one just for keep things different.
Oh, and then you can just copy that parameter exactly, and then.
Yeah, so I'm just copying the script parameter, so that way I get the exact same look. Yeah. So we're just going to paste that in here. So you can see it's web right. It's going to slide in from the right, so right to left. I can see my message filling blue, and then it's got all the colors already here. Here I can define what kind of SVG I want to use, and then some more colors that I want to define, and then my vertical padding. That's how big I want my notification to be. So I'm going to exit out of that.
I'm going to do a quick
close
pause.
that.
Are we all following everyone? Making sure there's no questions that are like hiding in a corner somewhere. I'm going to give like you some time to breathe, and then.
Probably shouldn't have done blue on blue, but so I didn't update the background. So the background's still showing white. So we'll go ahead and fix that real quick so you can see what I do to fix that. So we have the background, color background, and
sorry, I was just drawing over that.
Yes, right there. Yeah, so I forgot to copy from this layout part again, so I get the same exact hex code. So I'm just going to copy that. Apologize for the back and forth here as we figure this out. Okay, so there I got my color background. So I'm changing it from FFFFF, which is white, to our blue color.
Okay.
So now I'm going to say okay. I'm going to exit. And now
if you click
I can do the alert. You can see there it slides in.
Nice.
So I got a little button there. I can close it. So that the reason it doesn't close itself, if I go in here, there's milliseconds. There's show milliseconds. You can see it's empty right here. So if I wanted 3 seconds, I say 3,000 milliseconds. And I say, okay, exit layout. And then try it again. And now after 3 seconds, it should go away all on its own. So I don't have to do anything.
Okay, that's cool. Real quick, can you bring up that script parameter again? Not parameter, but like I don't know what quite to call it. The JSON text.
Yeah, this is a script parameter.
It is a parameter. I don't want to use the wrong terminology. Like people are like, Margaret, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. You can see here what it's equaling. It is creating actual JSON.
Yeah, okay, that's cool.
So that's what it looks like.
So again, real quick, everyone, it looks like we've got the web viewer name right here. That's important. Sorry for the thickness of the hint phrasing. And then you pick from which direction you want to slide in. So slide in right, left, top, bottom. Could you do like right and top or right and bottom, or would that do something funky?
No, this is setting up the HTML to let the HTML and CSS know what it's going to do.
Got it. Okay.
If you do 2 of them, there would be conflicts. It would probably choose the second option. So just out of demonstration, let's say I also have this enabled.
Mm-hmm.
So suddenly we have slide in from right, slide in from top. My guess is it's going to do the second one. Let's just play around and see what that does. Oh, hey, it went in from the side.
Chose the first one.
So yeah, it's only going to choose one of them. And the way you can tell which one it's going to do. Oh, I know why. Okay. The reason why is the order in which the scripts run. So if I go into the script and I scroll down, You can see here, it's looking for if it's going to slide in from the right. If that's true, then it's going to slide in from the right. If you want it to slide in from the top, so if this is false, it's going to continue down the line.
Got it. Okay.
So that's why I did the right and not the top.
Cool. Interesting. Okay, we do have a question from Peter. Where did you
Sure.
hide the JSON source code for the web viewer?
JSON source code. So I do have, originally I did pull it from this website, just coding Nepal, but I modified it heavily. So right here is the HTML. So here I'm using jQuery in it. So I got my CSS substitution there. Got my jQuery 3.4. Here I'm putting all my SVGs in. And then I have my timer script here. So when you run the script, it's actually building all the code. The code isn't built yet. So the code is built however your JSON parameter tells it to build it. So it's just looking at the JSON, trying to figure out what you want to build it, how you want this built. And then it continues down the line. It substitutes the variables it needs. At the very end, it puts it all together. So here we're putting in our jQuery, our CSS, our SVGs, our icons, our timer, our message. Everything gets put into our HTML right here.
Okay, and then, okay, do you load JQ from CDN or local?
This is local. It's right here. So this is using the hacks file. You can see there's much more than 30,000 records right there, or 30,000 characters. So I cannot type this or edit it. If I just try to do this and I type, it gives me that error message. I can't do anything. This is far more than 30,000 characters. And so you can watch the other video, or we can cover that again, how to create this script step. So I was able to put it in one insert text script step using the hacks file.
Okay, another question from Agent Chevy. Do we have performance considerations for using this?
It's very lightweight, so there is no performance hits anywhere. Also, we were demonstrating in the other file. I don't know if I still have that open, but so one of the issues with using the slider control is the script runs, it pauses. If you're typing something in a field, then it's going to create that error code that pops up. So by using this, we're able to get around that. And the HTML runs in Windows or in Mac. It runs in the operating system of your computer. So it's separate from FileMaker. So that way you can be over here typing stuff. And so if I don't even have a record. But you can see here, I'm just doing stuff in FileMaker, and it's completely separate from that notification. So if I say new record, and I have the alert, and I'm over here typing, that alert will go away all on its own. There's no errors, there's no performance hits.
Okay, that's really cool. And then Labo 404
we can add a song.
Can we add music?
I don't know. Don't know the answer to that. Probably could if you really wanted to. Okay, so we may have to continue this in part 2 because we're kind of running out of time, and the other part is like half an hour. So we'll probably come back for another episode to cover the progress bar.
More installations of your dev tools?
Yeah, so I wanted to continue with this. And so I was commenting how this is an SVG here. And how do you add new SVGs here? You know, what if you wanted to create your own? So I'm going to just bring this over. And we'll show you how you can change the SVG on this button to whatever icon you want. And this works in other web viewer integrations as well. If you have like a button bar navigation feature in HTML, you can do the same trick. So here I'm going to just go here, and I'm going to do a little screenshot. So I'm going to take this. We'll do a screenshot. I'm going to come over here and waiting for that to load.
SVG.com. I'll link that to people.
Yes. So there's my screenshot just opened up. So I'm going to load that icon in here. And here we can modify this. So we can make it a little bit darker if we want. I'm going to go with a little bit lighter for this demonstration. And then I just click download SVG. You can see here's the SVG file. So let's show in Finder. And here I'm going to open with, Sublime Text. So here we can edit our SVG icon. So here I don't want any of this XML. I don't need it. I just want the SVG to SVG here. So that's a start and end. I don't really need the metadata because this is Richard Carlton's image, not anybody else's. So now I have my SVG. I'm gonna just copy all of this. I'm gonna go close that and we'll save it, sure. So now that we have our SVG.
The HTML stuff and metadata, is that what you did?
Right, yeah, it's stuff that we don't need. It would just add extra space, and nobody's ever gonna see the SVG anyway. So
no, it makes perfect sense. I was just reiterating.
Yeah. So here we have these insert text. I kind of did this out of order, so I'm just going to throw this here for a moment. So I'm going to copy and paste that. I'm going to pick this back up. And I'm going to change this to demo. So we'll go demo. And then we'll open this up. So you can see this doesn't start with SVG, it starts with symbol. So all the stuff in the middle here, I'm going to remove, and I'm going to paste this SVG in. And because we're using symbol instead of SVG, I'm just going to take the SVG out, and we're going to substitute it with the symbol. So I don't need this line either. I'm not sure if I need that at all. So I'm just going to get rid of that. Okay, so here is where I need to change the ID of this symbol, this SVG symbol. Okay. So we're going to want to use demo. So that way it matches SVG demo.
Oh, okay, so this has to match that.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're leaving the icon dash alone because that's used in the code, deeper into the code. So we just want to change the mobile to demo. So now we have our new icon. We need to add this new icon here. So I'm going to copy and paste that in, and we're going to change this to demo. Okay. So now we have our list of SVGs.
So what variable did you change for this? Oh, you changed this variable. So you added it up here as an insert text of its own thing, and then you added it in the variable list over here. Okay.
Correct. Yeah, so it's pulling in all these SVGs so that way you can choose which one you want in your JSON. So you can select which one you want in your JSON parameter. It's going to go through here. It's going to load all these SVGs, but it's only going to select the one that you want, and it'll discard the rest. So here we got our demo. It's coming in here. I don't think anything else needed to happen here. So I'm going to go ahead and save. And then we're going to close this. And see, we had the green one here. Mm-hmm. So let's take the green one. And here we have all of these.
Oh.
So instead of gears, I'm going to just copy this for a moment. It's easy. Love copy and paste. And here I'm just going to put demo.
Whoever invented that deserves an award.
I love copy and paste. There we go. So now we have our demo. We're selecting our new SVG icon, and see right here.
That's cool.
That's the Richard Carlton logo from the website.
So first you changed the script, and you added it as an SVG step in the script, and then you added it again in the variables name. And then when you went to change the parameter for this, you had the option to cancel out the old SVG and then add the new SVG by typing in what the name of the SVG is now, and making sure it's enabled.
Yep. So this I just showed you a really easy way you can create any SVG you want from any screenshot, and then you can use that in any WebViewer implementation. So I also have a WebViewer navigation to go from one layout to another, and I use the icons in that as well. So in my systems, I actually have a separate script to just load to be able to select which SVG I want. So it's kind of a global location to store all of my SVGs. And then I can just say, run the script to pull out the SVG I want, load it into my HTML. So that way I can store all of my SVGs for everything in one spot. And whenever I want to use it for anywhere, I can just tell it which SVG I want to load, and then it'll load it in here. But just for this simple demonstration, I thought this would be really handy to show you how to create your own SVG and how to add it to your web viewer.
Honestly, that's really cool.
So,
like I said, has everyone followed that so far? Are we all good?
yeah,
If not,
any
it's
questions?
totally okay to say that. If you have questions, please throw them at us. We'd like to answer them. Or rather, Kyle likes to answer them. I can't answer anything for you. I'm sorry.
So for those that don't know how to create that one script step,
Which script step?
This right here, the jQuery, that has this coming up. Maybe we'll show them that real quick. So I'm just going to copy the text. So I just did Control C. I'm going to exit out of that. And then this is our DevTools file. So I have this feature called Insert Text Script Step Editor. You can see here I use CK Editor, but we're going to create a new one. So here I'm going to just paste that in. And this was jQuery something. Let me look up what that was here. So jQuery 3.4.1. So I'm going to copy that and come back here, our variable name, jQuery 3.4.1. And you can see it's 88,000 characters long. So that's well above the 30,000 character limit. I'm just going to put jQuery in here for my description. And then create the script step. So this just updated from the previous. So this is the entire script step in XML. So now I'm going to copy this to the clipboard. And now I can go into here and I can delete that and say, uh-oh, it's gone. Oh, no. And then I can just paste it. So,
okay, that's cool. So again, this is if you happen to have like a very long, where's the, is it parameters that it has the text restriction, or is it just in general?
So insert text has a limitation.
Got it.
Custom functions. Yeah, so custom functions also have a 30,000 character limitation.
Got it.
These fields, obviously, this field you can have far more than 30,000 characters. It didn't give us any errors when we pasted it in here.
Yeah.
I can type away like this, and it doesn't give me any problems.
Doesn't throw a tantrum.
Yeah. So this is a great way to load all of your data into a field, and then you can create an insert text script step. And this, before I learned this trick, I would create like 5 different insert text script steps, and then I would use a set variable and merge them all together at the bottom. It was a royal pain because you have to, use a data viewer, try to collect 30,000 characters at a time, and not accidentally overlap or miss a character in between each of those different insert texts. And it was such a pain to try to make sure that I didn't mess anything up. And so this just saves me all that time. So
nifty, very nifty, excessively nifty. Real quick, we do have some questions. Peter Gaines, I assume notifications. Do the notifications work in Go, WebDirect, etc.?
Let me think for a moment. So this is it's a web viewer feature. There is no scripts that are run in here, so you don't need FileMaker 19 functions. So it should work fine in WebDirect. So if you have an older version before FileMaker Server 19, you may have to use a base 64. So this HTML here, or let me go into here. So you may have to base 64 this. So that's base 64 encode, and then all of your data.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, there's a trick here. So you got to encode it and decode it. So you decode it into the web viewer. Slate has a really good site where they explain it really well. It's been a long time since I've tried that trick, but it does work.
Got it.
And you can make it work in WebDirect that way.
That makes sense. So that's again for WebDirect versions older than the 19 server one.
Right.
Right. And then, if it doesn't work, do we have to create a second layout for these, or will it be hidden? But you just showed the trick how to get around it if it won't work for you. Is the file with the WebView notifications in a previous stream, right? I need to go find that so people can share it. It's the DevTools one, correct?
Yeah, this is going to be in the new WIF pack that's going to be released, I think, Thursday, the version 6. It'll have the 2.0 version.
Oh, okay. So the answer to your question, AI92651 on Twitch, is that Yes, but Thursday. I'm sorry. We do have an older version, but it's not the current up-to-date version, so we promise nothing about bugs.
I do want to come back to show this progress bar at another time. We just don't have enough time today to show it.
No, sorry. Like I said, Margaret's speed is very slow, so we dragged this out for 50 minutes. I didn't want to have any questions there.
I think that's all I have for right now.
Yeah, no. Like I said, I'm just gonna let people sit there and ponder for a second. Agent Chevy, by the way, did the clean install help you? Are you good? I assume the high-fiving gift means yes. We're gonna translate that as a thumbs up. Okay. So presuming we are all good, I'm gonna wait one more, just because Twitch and YouTube has to catch up. I'm gonna wait for 2 minutes, and then we will be gone. So.
All right. Well.
Thank you again, Kyle. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you for suffering for my ability to drag things to a snail's pace.
No, I appreciate it, because without you, I'd be going way too fast. Everybody would be complaining. I want to make sure everybody can keep up. So
you are brilliant. We just don't have. Not all of us are the same level as developers as you. And my own FileMaker knowledge is very esoteric due to growing up with the platform. So
I think today went really well.
No, I think today went great.
Awesome.
I think I could reasonably do that by myself now without too many problems. I'm sure I'd inevitably mess something up. Was Peter Gein's question answered? The Go Web Direct one? Okay, yeah, he said yes. The answer was it should work in 19. There is magical tricks to make it work in versions older than 19.
Yes. There's Sliant has a website, and they have a whole explanation on how to use Base64 for that purpose.
Oh, it's Sliant. Got it.
Yeah, so this goes back to FileMaker 13 even.
An old magic trick.
Yeah, it's an old trick. So enter the data URL.
Got it. Okay. Cool.
Sample file. So they have a sample file of how to do it. So if you're having trouble, just make sure you're doing the Base64 trick, and it'll work.
Thorough.
So Thursday, as I said, we have it coming to the WIF pack, so you'll be able to get it then. I do have a link here I could share with you, and you can upload it somewhere.
Yes. But again, it is coming on Thursday, so if you are willing to wait one more day for magic, then I will be then it'll be in the new WIF pack, so we should be nice and shiny. Okay. I think we are good. Thank you again, Kyle, so much. I appreciate it. This has been a really fun session.
It's great being here, so thank you for having me.
Of course. Always a pleasure. All right. We are going to start the closing credits. And now you can hang up on me.
Have a good evening.
Just stepped up the whole way. Calm, cool, collected the quarterback. Great read, good patience. More importantly, great job up front protecting this quarterback to give you a chance. And that's all you can ask for.
Try to rally down 10. 9:25 to go here in the fourth. Short motion by Amendola from the left. Brady takes the shotgun snap. Stands in, throws it left for Amendola. Reaches up and snacks a high throw and lands inside the 10. Rolling to the 9. Ball slightly behind him, but Danny makes the grab.